Hello guys, welcome to Leo. Today in this grammar lesson we will talk about if conditional type 1. In English, my friends, there are different types of conditionals that help us talk about situations and their possible outcomes. And first conditional is used to talk about those possible situations in present or future. They express a condition which is based on present state and its probable result. Let's take a look at this example here. If it rains, I'll bring an umbrella. So simple. Here, if it rains is the condition, and I'll bring an umbrella is the result. Well, we use will to express a future action or event which is likely to happen if the condition in present time comes true. Well, the structure is quite easy. We use if and present simple, which is the condition part we have, and we use will or want to talk about that possible result. Let's check this one too. If I study hard, I'll pass the exam. Well, in this sentence, there is a possibility for me to pass the exam, which depends on how much I study. Quite easy, isn't it? Well, we have the same structure. We use if clause at the beginning and main clause that we have will. And we can also reverse the order of these clauses without changing the meaning. What I mean is, if I want, I can say, I'll pass the exam if I study hard. But in that sentence, we do not use comma this time. Well, how about the negatives? This time, my friends, we have two options. We can either use don't as the negative form of present simple, like if we don't hurry, we will miss the flight, or unless to mean if not. Check this out. Unless we hurry, we will miss the flight. Well, just because unless has already got the meaning if not, we just need to be careful with the sentence that we use unless, because the sentence needs to stay positive. Unless we hurry, we'll miss the flight. Let's try it together. You will be sick if you don't stop eating junk food all the time. Well, what if I want to use unless in that sentence? Let's try. You will be sick, right? So we have if that we're going to replace with unless. You will be sick unless you, drop that, stop eating junk food all the time. There's one more thing that I want you to know about this subject, my friends. We can also use some other forms instead of will, like can, might, and may, to show different level of possibilities. As an example, if you finish your homework before it's too late, you can go out. Or I might go on holiday this summer if I have time. Like in these two sentences I used here, you can always use these forms to show lower possibilities. Well, my friends, it's time to do some exercise. There are 8 sentences that we need to fill some gaps, and we have the first half here. Let's start, if you're ready. Well, sentence 1, if we now, we will, late for the movie. Well, we have the verbs here, and we also have if clause at the beginning, which is the condition part. If we, the negative form, don't leave, now we will be late for the movie. Easy. Number 2, if you, well, we have these two verbs this time, practice and improve, right? Again, we have the if clause at the beginning of the sentence. If you, let's say, this time it's positive, practice regularly, you can, well, we have can here, the other form that we use in first conditional, right? To talk about lower possibility, you remember. Improve, let's say, your speaking skill a lot more. 3, you, that's it. Well, we have unless this time. Well, the sentence is negative, right? By using unless, which means if not. We're going to use the main clause at the beginning. Not feel and change. Well, let's say you want this time, right? Because this is the main clause. We need to use want here. You won't feel. That's it. Unless you change your diet. Well, we can also use some other forms here, like you can't feel, maybe, right? You may not feel better. Well, that change depends on the level of the possibility that you want to express in your sentence. Like, in other words, this sentence would be, you won't feel better if you don't change your diet, right? And the last example, we might catch, let's say, well, we have might here, the train if we leave right now. And number 5, Well, we again have if clause at the beginning, and we have these two verbs here, save and buy. So, what do you think? If I save money, I may buy a new car next year, talking about the possibility. 6, we can't. Well, we have can't here, out, if it, go and snow. Well, we can't go out, right, if it snows. That's the condition. And 7, we won't. Well, we have the main clause in negative this time. In the first place, we have if in the middle, which means we're going to start with the main clause, right? To use the verb succeed here, we won't succeed if we not try, right? We need to use don't try here. If we don't try harder. So, how about using unless in the sentence? Any idea? Let's try. We won't succeed unless we, this time we don't need to use don't, right? We try harder. And the last one. What you, if you, an exam. It's a question, guys, right? So when it comes to questions in first conditional that you want to ask, which depends on a condition, right? This is the most common form. Well, we use the main clause in the first place and if later. Well, what will you do, right? We have do here, if you fail an exam. Well, this is the question form, and I guess that's it. So we can call the day off here, guys. And by the way, I'll add some links below if you want to do more exercise about this subject. See you in the next lesson.